Yo, what's up, guys? So, I know I've been trying to, stream and shit for these episode reviews, but realistically, it's gotten to the point where, I have too much on my mind, and unfortunately, even though I like streaming and I like interacting with you guys, A, not everyone gets to watch it when it goes live, and B, my brain, I feel like I miss shit. So, we're gonna do this one old school style. Besides, I think half the reason why you guys like the reviews was because of this style originally. Man, we're on episode 6. What the fuck is happening, bro? What is happening? So, and I keep forgetting these episodes. These episodes don't just automatically switch to a new day when the episode starts. So, the beginning of this episode does exactly what last week's did, where it starts at where the last episode left off. So you get the Aroha and Hikigaya conversation with flashbacks of new content, I guess. Granted, from what I understood, in the light novels, Aroha was integrated better than she was in the anime. Kind of just throws her at you randomly. Even her interaction with Hikigaya the first time in the anime, it seems like they've already had some type of conversation. So I'm thinking it's a similar situation here, where Aroha had shit cut out for her that made her integration more seamless. So, the flashback that, shows her getting chewed out by Harutsuka Sensei, makes more sense in that context. I'm thinking there's another, it's like Kawasaki, the same shit with there, where it's fuck. Yeah, there were some scenes that got cut out for her, and now we're retroactively showing it through a flashback. It's also crazy because I think this is the most expressive and open Hikigaya has been in a while. Hikigaya is, very expressive now. I'm not gonna say it's jarring because I've noticed it throughout the seasons anyway. This season, he's full, almost normal. He still has a lot of self-deprecating, not as much, but he still does it, and he still has his moments and his goofiness, the whole telemarketer thing he does with Yui when they're talking about potential where do we get manpower for a project that's whole purpose is to fail intentionally. The Roha conversation is good. It's essentially her clothes. But the conversation confuses me because it then okay, so up until this point, I've been getting vibes that, Hikigaya and Yukinoshita and Yui are second years. That was the assumption I came to through, the last week's episode. And now this week seems to be going right back to, okay, they're third years, so I don't fucking know. I don't know. This episode treats it as if Yukinoshita, Yui, Tobe, Hayama, that whole squad are third years. What's happening? So, which makes more sense in context of why this would be the climax and everything. Also, third season, there's only 3 years of high school in Japan. So, first, second, third year. So, I guess that's the idea I'm coming with. I don't fucking know. Because nothing makes any fucking sense. I don't fucking know. Then we get some cute shit with Komachi and her brother having a conversation. It's nothing overly crazy. It's more of him picking her brain about ideas for prom stuff. And then it ends with kind of a cute. It ends with him he's on full Oni-chan mode in this season, where he's "What do you mean graduation party? As your older brother, I forbid it." It's what? I feel like his brother complex was probably something that was toned down in the first season. Because once again, people don't notice, but Snafu has its feet way more into harem life than the original the anime does. The anime's first season actively kind of rejects some of the more harem-ish moments because it wants to focus its time on Yukinoshita, Yui, and Hikigaya. But because the later seasons now had to address it because it's become more plot relevant, now they have to sometimes some things that certain characters do or act seem out of character, but it's not. It's just that we don't see it from them that often because the first season of the anime has cut out a lot of shit. So I'm thinking this whole older protective brother thing, which granted was always a thing, was probably more overblown in the light novels than it was in the anime. Hence why this sequence with him being overly defensive about her going somewhere around other boys, it makes more sense. Also, I just kind of chalk it up to his development as a character. He's just more expressive and more open. Although with Komachi, he's always been like that. So, and then the rest of the episode is essentially him and Yuki, my brain cut off. Him and Yui coming up with a plan and then inviting, I think, Zaimokuza, Kawasaki, and Saika or Totsuka to help with that plan. We do get some cute Yui and Hikigaya shenanigans where he has to like explain the concept of a bias to Yui and then explain their goal and what they're trying to do to Yui in the form of like ice cream. I don't know why, I find it funny and cute, and then like the next scene is literally Yui being like, eat your fucking fruits and vegetables, and he being like, I don't like tomatoes, which low-key, he's my spirit animal, because bro, I don't fuck with them tomatoes either. But it's a really cute scene, because then she like smiles and looks at him, and it's like, you're such a kid. I got Iris vibes, but man, this sequence is adorable, bro. Shit's great. We even get like a really cool development moment with Totsuka, which doesn't happen. He openly admits that like in a lot of situations, he's not really aware of what's going on. And it bothers him. So in this episode, he actively asks Hikigaya, what is your goal here? Like, why do you want to do this? And so Hikigaya, being nervous and scared about it, because he's not used to conveying his feelings in front of others, has Yui hold his hand for emotional support, and then states his claim, and everything's fine. Like, he's still getting over anxiety. And my girl Yui's over there with that emotional support. And I'm like, yeah! We're gonna get to Yui because the end of the episode fucked me up, bro. Because think about it. Remember, this is taking place, last week's episode and like the beginning of this episode take place in the same day. Meaning, Yui crying only happened like a day ago. Like, her breakdown that she had was like a day ago. So it ain't been long since then. But obviously, I think, and then we also apparently we're gonna get more with Zaimokuza next week because he's the only one who actively can really help. Because Kawasaki's helping Yuki Noshita. She has her little soon moment. 10 out of 10 for soon moments. And then Totsuka's tennis stuff. So he'll be there if they need help, physical manpower, but like for the most part, they're not really going to be doing much. But Zaimokuza gets some shine, which is good because he hasn't been seen in a minute and hasn't really been a part of an arc since like the student council shit. So good to see him. And then I saw the preview for next week, and it's Mr. And then I saw Hikigaya, like, and I was like, oh shit. He's gonna be taught the sacred art of talking bullshit with your hands. He's learning from Sensei. Sensei Master. That shit. I don't know why. I just found that cool as fuck, dude. Hikigaya is gonna master the art of bullshit from the Hand Master General himself. That shit, that concept just fucks me up. Oh man, so now we gotta talk about the ending. Oh Jesus Christ. So first things first, got to see a picture of Yui's mom in a bathing suit. My hand hurts. But it was worth it! Shit! Mom Gahama is 10 out of 10, baby. It's also funny because he mentions how it's like obscene and shit. Like, 10 out of 10. I still want them to like interact more. I want him to like go over Yui's house and have a conversation with her mom. It's just low key. I just need that in my life. What else? They share a room and he's a little nervous about it because he's sharing a room with a girl and they're there for a good while. Alright, so let's get into Yui's monologue in the movie / crying sequence part 2. I hate this season, bro. I hate this season. Granted, it makes sense how each season kind of was meant to kind of like develop the group in a different way. But bro, we're in the middle of Yui's depression arc. And I'm not looking forward to this. This is the 3rd season. And I gotta watch Yui be depressed for the rest of the fucking season. Even next week has a sequence where Hikigaya and Yuki Noshita are talking on a bench and Yui walks up, and my back of my mind's like, no! Because I already know what's up. Man, you could give me you gave me like a couple of good moments and then fucking ruined me. And here's the thing. If we're talking about girls we root for, Yui, I was always Team Yui. Yui to me, I love Yui, right? And this season is just breaking her down to her lowest point. So the premise of the movie sequence, just to give it context for those who don't understand, is that Yui, based off of the crying and the breakdown sequence from, not last week, it was the week before last, actually. The week before last, is essentially Yui is in a mode of depression / clinging on to the final, like, strings of these moments. Her faking to fall asleep on Hikigaya's shoulder is because she kind of just wanted to lean on him. She likes being with him. She likes interacting with him because she fucking loves him. And so, but she also is in a very much of a mindset that Yuki Noshita and him will probably still end up together regardless. This is why she doesn't like anything genuine. This is why she didn't want the group to progress. That's why she offered that stagnant option at the end of season 2. Yui is very much afraid of the future and of change. That's why she didn't want anything genuine, because genuine to her means Hikigaya ends up with Yuki Noshita. Realistically, Yui emotionally, as far as like romantic interest in Hikigaya, has already gave up a while ago in the concept of she knew Yuki Noshita was probably the girl for him, but she didn't want to let it go all the way, which is why she still wanted to interact with him. And then that fact that she cares about Yuki Noshita herself as a person. So once again, she couldn't let it go. But she knew the more they spent, and she enjoyed the time they spent together. And that was like her compromise, that maybe they could hang in this weird middle ground. But when Hikigaya wanted to see something genuine and wanted to progress as a person like you're supposed to, that's why the end of season 2 happened, where she presented that weird ass stagnant idea, because she knows what the future brings. In her mind, she's already seen the future, and that's Hikigaya and Yuki Noshita get together, and she's gonna get left in the dust, and she hates that reality. It absolutely frightens and terrifies her. So the whole movie sequence at the end of this episode is her clinging on to these moments. She's like, please let the movie slow down. Let time slow down. I promise I won't cry. Please give me more moments with them, because I know it's coming. I know the drop is about to happen. It's like riding a fucking roller coaster, and she knows that drop is coming, because she knows. And it makes me mad because she views herself as a bad person for these little acts of selfishness. It's not like this bitch was out here. Listen, let's be real here. If a girl wanted a guy and really wanted that guy, she could have did so many other things. So many other things to fuck this up. Yui looks at herself as like evil. This is what she gets. But she's still being selfish because she's still doing these little lies, because she still wants these moments, because she knows it's about to go away. And I'm like, bro, why do you do this? Why is it? Because she's going to be depressed for the rest of the season. I already know. And I'm scared. I'm also terrified, because they keep listen, the only reason why you keep throwing out this depression arc with her is A, for development, or B, because you're playing to pull the rug from under my feet. I'm not ready for either of those options personally, because I'm half expecting it. Why keep talking about her depression and doing this low tier shit, which means some shit's gonna happen at the prom, some shit's gonna happen beforehand. It's gonna be some type of that, the classic anime drama fight. I don't fucking know, but it keeps fucking with me. But I feel bad. There's a reason why I always say that Yui and Hayama have essentially the same problem, because they do. The difference is that Yui's too nice. As much as ironic as it is, Yui is too nice to like stagnate them. She has her like half-hearted attempts, which is what we've seen through like last season, the end of last season. But for the most part, she knows it's kind of like an unstoppable force, and she can't do shit about it. So we get these sequences where she's sad and she's depressed, and she just wants to be with him, and she wants to be next to him, but she doesn't know how to process it. And that's what bums me out, because to me, Yui's already given up. because she thinks she's such a bad person. You're fucking 16, 17, 18. There's nothing wrong with being selfish about a guy you like. And once again, Yui, you're not being that fucking selfish. You haven't done enough to be considered like a bad person. But she views herself that way. And, oh man, it trips me out because Hikigai and Yukinosha have been actively growing and we've been seeing it. Hikigai has gotten more expressive and more interactive. Yukinosha is the same thing. She's actually gotten back to where she was before this Ice Queen persona even came out in the first place. She's actually gotten back to zero, but still actively trying to push forward. And Yui's just stuck in this hole because she's been in this hole for too long. And she doesn't know what to do. She's panicking. She's scraping at walls. And now she's just letting herself get buried by it. But she's just going to have these moments where she wants to, like, grip on. She wants to grip on to these small moments she gets. And I'm like, no, because this will be why you lose, Yui. Like, if you lose, and the anime is pointing in that direction, the reason why you're going to lose, Yui, is because you've already given up. But even in that sense, I feel like it's hard, and it makes me mad, because half of the reason why Hikigaya and Yukinosha have grown as much as they have is because of Yui! Why do you keep doing this to my girl? And I hope it, if nothing else, because that's the struggle with her development. Her development is literally getting over this depression of that she's already lost Hikigai to Yukinosha. In her heart of hearts, that's why she views herself as a bad person. Because she could have told them this. She could have actively been working. She could have actively been trying to push them together. She views herself as a bad person because she doesn't want the girl she cares about and the guy she's in love with. She low-key wants to be with him, but recognizes she's a better fit, but like has half-heartedly given up, in the sense that like she still wants to be with him and she still wants to be around him, but she's not actively like kicking Yukinosha in the knee. Like she's not actively like fucking Yukinosha over. The worst thing she ever did was the end of season 2, and that was just suggesting it. She could have just actively just started trying to do it. Like if Yui really wanted to be that person. That's why it frustrates me, because she thinks she's so fucking bad. She thinks she deserves this, and low key, but she also still wants to be with him. And I'm like, you're not a bad person, Yui. You gotta... And the sad thing is, the only thing that's gonna make her better is if she can get out of it herself. She has to actively try. And it's like, and that's what's hurting her. She's given up. And I'm just like, fuck! Because that's what's going to get her screwed. You see Yui trying to better herself. Hikigai is bettering himself. And she won't. She's just stuck. She's so stuck in her own fucking head. She won't move. She's paralyzed by fear and depression. So all she's doing is clutching on to these nice moments she gets every once in a while. And because she's good at, and she can fake being okay to a degree. The fact that it also seems weird to me that Hikigai doesn't notice that there's a problem. The guy who can read through most situations doesn't think it's weird that a girl just randomly cries. I think Hikigai knows there's a problem. But he doesn't want to just say it. And she doesn't want him to say it. She frustrates me and makes me so sad, bro. I'm so caught in my feelings and I don't know what to do because I want her to be happy, but she's not going to be happy because all rom-coms always screw the third girl. The third girl always gets screwed, and Yui's so good. Don't do this. Let her be better. I might cry before the fucking season ends. This is stupid. I thought the last episode was going to be the thing that gets me. The way this shit's going, it's going to fuck me up around episode 8 or 9. God damn it. Don't do it to my girl, please. Oh, man. She's so... You're better, Yui. Your family fan base knows you better. Hikigaya and Yuki Noshita know you're better. You're better than this, I promise you. They're not gonna throw you away. Ah! I got cut off, bro. I'm losing my shit. I'm genuinely losing my shit. I have to go. I'm going to go lay down. I'm giving myself a headache. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. And we're only on episode. We're halfway there. We're up here at the peak. Here comes the drop. Whew.